What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. It is Thursday, January 30th, 2025. We're standing at the Polderbaan. The firefighters are coming. It's a day of departures. Departures to the north. There's hardly any wind today. What wind there is blowing from the north. Firefighters are coming, doing their patrol round. Very good morning to everybody who has joined already. Good evening, Marja. Marissa, goedemorgen. Rudolf, goedemorgen kerel. Mark, good morning. Martin, good morning. Voids Aviation, Koenie, Freek, Erik, Dutch Aviation, all others, good morning. KLM flight 749 to Bogota, leaving now. 787-10 Dreamliner, PH, BKI, 4 years old, first flight August 2020. Parallel departures to the north, in progress at the moment. Voice Aviation, good morning. Guillaume, good morning. Janine, goedemorgen. Peter, good evening. Bart, goedemorgen. Mr. Blue Sky, good morning. Susanne, goedemorgen. Frits, herzlich guten Morgen. Herzlich willkommen. Dirk Antor, good morning. David, good morning. Welcome one and all, folks. Sheila, good morning. Diamond is celebrating 2 months of membership. Diamond, thank you so much for your support, mate. A very good morning to everybody who has joined already. Sky Team, KLM Embraer 190 next, with the firefighters in the background. Passing down the southern threshold of the Polderbaan. Army Vet, good morning. Thank you so much for your continued support. 5 months of membership already. Another month and you'll be turning blue. No, yellow. Yellow and then green after a year. Thank you so much for your continued support. Hanna, goedemorgen. Good morning to all others who have joined in the meantime. So, this is KLM flight 1175 in the SkyTeam livery, Embraer 190, outbound to Stavanger, 12 years old, first flight April 2012. Marit, goedemorgen. Chef Bernadie, good morning. Marianne, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. Hope everybody has been doing well. Overcast at the moment. More sunny weather is drifting in from the northwest later today. Just too warm for the occasion. Got hand warmer and heated glove on, but I'm actually getting warm hands now. Too uncomfortably warm. Let's ditch the heating elements. Go for regular gloves for the time being. Parallel departures in progress. Our next airplane just came around the corner. It is a Dreamliner by the looks of it. Let me turn the camera towards where the traffic is coming from. This is where the wind is coming from. You can see more open parts over there already. An area of rain past overnight is drifting out to the east and is southeast of us. So that is where the darkness is going to. This is where the wind is blowing from, and this is where we can see opener air and opener skies, and where the weather is going to come from later today. Rosie Groovy, good morning. Adrie, goedemorgen. Tim, goedemorgen. Voids Aviation, good morning. Henk, Everjan, good morning, one and all. Sheila, good morning. Good to see you all. Two airplanes coming this way. And I thought it was a Dreamliner, but it is an Airbus A330 going to Houston. In the background, KLM flight 661. Turning to the left now is KLM flight 1087 to Cardiff. Bird controller racing over the runway. Meep meep. This is K3. Now, speaking about Belgium, Lisa is also here. Morning. K3, for those of you who don't know, is a famous band from Belgium. One of those conceptualized bands that was thought out by people who thought it would be a commercially good idea to make a band such as K3. Turbo Sheepy, love the name, good morning. In the background, a 737-800, that's KLM flight 925 to Edinburgh. And the firefighters are traversing the taxiway. In the background, the triplet. Humongous machines that if you see them parked at the fire station and you see a person next to it, makes you realize just how big they actually are. We can also have a look at the tower. This is the tower dedicated to traffic, managing traffic to and from Polderbaan, the runway we are standing next to, because of its location, which is relatively far off the main platform area. This is the main tower that manages the rest of the traffic here at Schiphol Airport. In the meantime, K3 is setting up here. Prime location, is it going to shoot off a couple of rounds of... No, sip of water. Smoke break perhaps, I don't know. In the meantime, this airplane is ready to go. Going to Cardiff in a moment. Here it is, spooling up. Fire in the hole. On its way to Cardiff. There's not a lot of wind. You can see the water is mostly calm. The wind on the scale of chimney smoke, as visible over there, does indicate a little bit of a constant breeze from northwest to southeast. Now it is A330 time. This might get loud. KLM to Houston, Texas. Patrick, goedemorgen. And welcome all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. The channel Schiphol Group loves to hate, it's that good. Condensation. Beautiful to see. Engine inlet condensation. So there was a major traffic jam on the A4 highway here in the Netherlands, and that's the main highway connecting the Hague metropolitan area to the Amsterdam metropolitan area. And there was a major traffic jam on that highway, so people sought different routes off the runway, and they all went via the road that I usually take to get here. So we entered in much heavier traffic than normally would have been the case, hence the small delay. In the end, the delay not that bad actually. That's for a big part thanks to Lisa, who helped me set up. This is KLM flight 925, destination Edinburgh. Sup, bruh? I thought that was Emirates in the background, landing on 06. Thought I saw a glimpse of it. Good morning, Nick, Elise, Politie-spotter, Deloire, and all others who have joined. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy, and we're standing at the Polderbaan, runway 36 left. This is KLM flight 925 to Edinburgh, 737-800. Let's go. Windmills in the background, spinning gradually. Hey, check it out. Bird in the water. Is that Chris Coot? I think it might be. No, I think it's a duck. I think it's a duck. Well, they're good at hiding. At least we know that there's life in the water, which is nice. Let's have a look. Heavy hitter coming. And two narrow bodies preceding him. First of which being this 737. This is KLM flight 913 to Aberdeen. PHBGI. 15 years old, first flight January 2010. Small 737-700 with a relatively tall tail. Not too heavily loaded, rotating relatively early. Gear up, and away it is. Bob, good evening, good to see you again. Hanna, goedemorgen. Johnny, goedemorgen. Gerrit, goedemorgen. Tony, good morning. Moorhen, Tony says. Right, so no duck, but a moorhen. There you go. You've heard it here first. Thank you, Tony. Next up, KLM flight 1031 to Persenchester. It's a 737-800, 24 years old, first flight August 2000. Evan also back in the chat, good to see you, sir. Hope all is well. And also a massive big thank you to Mr. Blue Sky, who today is celebrating 16 months of membership. My favorite channel, Mr. Blue Sky writes, good work, boy. Mr. Blue Sky, thank you so much for your kind words. Glad to hear that you're still enjoying the content, and I hope that everybody is. Don't forget to leave a like if you are enjoying the stream. Helps to promote the content to new people who haven't come across the channel yet, but who would also be interested in streams like these, such as you guys are. Mr. Blue Sky, thank you so much for your support. Here's to 16 more months and counting. Well, 16 more months. I need more vodka. Veldi, guten Morgen. Koen, goedemorgen. Thomas, goedemorgen. Right, so this is where the wind is blowing from on paper, and you can see a more open type of sky. This is what has passed and is moving away. It's an area of drizzly precipitation. The drizzle falling further to the south. It's not drizzle shizzle indeed. Not going to bother us here in the upcoming hours. It's expected to clear up even more and become sunny even, so there you go. Martijn is at work with AMS live on the second screen, equals awesome. That is multitasking at its finest. Just make sure that the boss doesn't see you, Martijn. Denmark Dan, good morning. Hadi Danny, goedemorgen. Guy, good morning. KLM Flight 601 to LAX, 777-200 with a nice growl and condensation. Excellent. Olivier, goedemorgen. Hans, good morning. Andrew, good morning. Leo, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. Departures from the Polderbaan here today with a very mild breeze blowing from the northwest. That puff of smoke that you saw was brake dust from the main gear wheels being stopped before retracting the gears. Something with physics, don't ask me the details, but it's unstable and causes more wear when the wheels are spinning when they're being retracted. Here you see those fire engines, they're really big. If you see somebody next to it, you can see it even better. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, there's nobody in it. I think that, yeah, there you go. Nice. Kom maar. You come. That's what he was signaling. There's another airplane ready to go here. It is EasyJet. EasyJet also going to Chester, flight 22162. Regular A320, no Neo or anything. It's Gas RX. The Gas RX is 6 years old, hailing from the year 2018. Also a warm welcome to Andrew Thorne, who just became our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Thank you so much for choosing the lounge as your place to hang out in. Thanks for the support, Andrew. Welcome back. Turbo Shippy asks, how do you get here with car? Yeah, with car. There's a roundabout here and you can park your car right before it. Indeed, Gerrit, the firefighters did make their rounds already. It was the opening shot of today's stream, in fact. If you go back to the very beginning of the stream, you will see them arrive from the north on this side. And indeed, Koen, another serious accident. CRJ collided with a helicopter. Was on the news everywhere in the Netherlands this morning. Army helicopter flying in the way of arriving traffic. Howdy Stephanie, goedemorgen. Stephanie, hanging out in Lurkers Lounge. Now you guys let me know if some supplies run short over there. I'm also twisting the remote ever so slightly for better ergonomics. Oh, accidentally push the camera a little aside. Senseless dusts, trains and planes, good morning. Peter, good morning. Welcome one and all. EasyJet to Chester, spooling up, ready to go. Now a couple of heavy hitters are making their way over here. There you go. 2 heavy hitters. And also a 737 departing from the center runway. Is my focus properly set? Should be at infinity. Is it really true infinity? This is true infinity. Use that as a preset. There you go. Looked a bit vague. This, however, does not look vague. KLM 100 years, Dreamliner to Atlanta, being followed by the Dreamliner to San Francisco. It's 2 consecutive 787-10s. The former is KLM Flight 623. The latter is KLM Flight 605. This livery already 5 years outdated. The PHBKA, KLM 100 years. Gerrit has to make a visit somewhere. See you hopefully later. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Nobody is taking Cheater's Lane today, thus far. 2 consecutive 787-10s. What else is coming? I see a 777-200 to Cancun. And a 737-700 will be turning around the corner first, or has already done so. There it is, 737-700. And the KLM 777-200 to Cancun. Rob, goedemorgen. And welcome all others who have joined in the meantime. Anita and Leonard, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy and we are standing here at the Polderbaan with hardly any wind. No Viagra in the sky, in the air today. Flaccid windsock. Well, nearly flaccid. It is nice to see some firefighters over there. You can see just how big those fire trucks actually are. Heidi Clemencia, goedemorgen. Michael, goedemorgen. Tammo, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. Patrick S.A., guten Morgen. Right, showtime. First of the 2 consecutive Dreamliners. This one is going to Atlanta, Georgia. KLM Flight 623. Elevators go up, tail goes down, nose goes up, and so too does the airplane. Off the ground it is. Planespot Carrington, herzlich willkommen, servus. Oef, guten Morgen. Michael, good morning. Newcastle calling. I hope you're defrosted, he says. I definitely am. Temperatures well above 0 here today. Barely any wind. Actually quite doable here in terms of temperature. Peter, goedemorgen. Diana, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. This is KLM Flight 605 to San Francisco. 787-10 Dreamliner, just like the one we saw just now. This one, 2 years old, first flight June 2022. Zaxia, goedemorgen. Showtime, more heavy hitters. Ah, Adri has some coffee. Coffee is ready. Black please for me. Little milk for Lisa. Right, in the meantime, more of those pipes over here, and actually, can I show you? Yeah, we have some man-made fountains. Some leakage here and there. We spotted a few seams that aren't fully watertight. I think there's also one over here. Can you see it? Yeah, only just. This is where the wind is coming from. This is where the weather is coming from. More open skies over there. Darker skies over here. That's not coming this way. It's actually drifting away. The darkness that you see in the background. Jan, goedemorgen. Paul, goedemorgen. Cloud breaking in Leiden, Paul says. Yeah. Here too. More open skies, although still a bit of nebulous higher clouds. So the sky still looks milky when it opens up a little bit. It's set to improve later in the day. We might actually see that yellow orb once again. At least they're watering the grass. You're absolutely right, senseless dusts. This is KLM Flight 1269 to Copenhagen, 737-700. Thirteen-year-old airplane, first flight May 2011. I'm going to quickly turn around because we have another heavy hitter. It's 777 time, folks. And we also, oh, wait, that was the, I was turning my zoom rocker in the wrong direction. As you can see, we have a queue forming here with a Bombardier C-Series 300 from Air Baltic, A320, number 2. First up, KLM Flight 689 to Cancun in Mexico. 777-200, 20 years old. First flight, April 2004. Up, up and away. Goedemorgen Luke. Zachary, good morning. Got some folk over at the Spottersplatz itself. And they're still working on those pipes over there. Caterpillar. Clearly visible still. Jazz, good morning. Traffic is coming. Delta A330, first Delta of the show, I think. And what is that? What? Things are opening up a little bit, slowly but surely. It's going to get more light over here. Bombardier C-Series 300, aka the A220. Air Baltic going to Riga. Flight 618, the YLAAZ. That's Yankee Lima Alpha Alpha Zulu. 3 years old, first flight April 2021. Water is almost like a mirror. You could see the reflection of the airplane taking off in the water actually. K3 and Delta combo shot. Excellent. Steven, good morning. Who is tuning in from Heathrow? Good morning. Goedemorgen Casper, Albert, goedemorgen. Richard, goedemorgen. David, of David, goedemorgen. Welcome to the show, folks. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. I'm standing here with Lisa and we are filming departures from Polderbaan. Next airplane to take off is KLM flight 1199 to Oslo. 737-700. That's the third or fourth already. I don't know how many they have in their fleet, but I'm sure we have seen a big chunk of the 737-700 fleet already. This one, 15 years old. March 2009 is when its first flight was. Thijs, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. And Diana is tuning in from Canada. Canada. That is also why Canadians come here for our money, because they've got Canada on the bank. Ooh! That was LVNL, Dutch Air Traffic Control, passing by. Hey Alan, what is up, mate? I was about to ask, how was Ricky Gervais? Is definitely the best comedian on this planet. And indeed, plus thoughts go out to the souls who lost their lives in Washington, indeed. I was about to ask how it was, but you already are very enthusiastic about it in your opening post. I have to keep an eye out for when he will be visiting the Netherlands. Check out these two chunkers. What are those? Herons? No, I think... No, they're swans. Or no, geese. I think they're geese, right? Those were geese, I think. They were big. And indeed I will, Alan. Indeed I will. Steroid enhanced geese or swans, Jeff says. Morning, Jeff. Thanks for your thanks for the update.
They're natty.
Yeah, they're fake natties. BA to London City next. BA flight 8496, Embraer 190. What?
Is play about to land?
Yeah.
Is it a DHL?
Is that DHL? Elisa Wonders? No, it's play. It's playtime, folks. Well spotted. Well spotted. Playtime, inbound. Rodak also in the chat. Goedemorgen, Gratje. Good to see you again, mate. Dallas Aviation, good morning. Diamond Painting Teun, good morning. Welcome one and all. This is another 737-700. What the fudge? How many do they have? And I think this is the fifth or so. We must have seen all of them by now. KLM 1293 to Billund. Dropping off bills in Billund. Enjoy them, Danish. Goedemorgen Lise from Maria.
Goedemorgen.
Hey Michael, also in the chat. Morning mate. Hope all is well. Had to think about you when I saw the news this morning. Thought, weren't you from Wichita in Kansas? And then also the plane involved. First thing I thought, I hope you weren't on board or anybody you know. First Delta of the show, Delta Airlines Flight 133 to Detroit, Michigan. A330-300, 19 years old, first flight May 2005. Alan says, is that Lise, our ground crew princess? I can hear you, question mark.
You're right, Alan. Morning, dear.
Lise is wearing her gloves. It's not very warm still, although she is dressed in wintry clothing. She's not active in the chat, but she is accompanying me here in real life. Guus, goedemiddag or evening from Manila. Adriaan, goedemorgen. Paul, good morning. Once again, bird control driving over the runway at the moment. Michael says, yes, quite the shock. The CRJ was from my old airline, PSA Airlines. I have flown that specific jet. Made me sick to my stomach, but for the grace of God, go I. Well,
Actually flew that plane.
yeah, there you go. That's when you can truly say small world. It was on the news, Lisa, that the people on board were American and Russian dancers or something. It was
skaters.
ice skaters.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice dancing.
And their families and their coaches.
Families, coaches, yeah. Or at least that's what was here on the news. Got another KLM wide body coming this way. In the meantime, you can hear fireworks being set off by the bird control who is chasing away birds. And rightly so. Those geese on steroids you don't want in your engines as a pilot or as a passenger. Emma, thank you for the update. Emma says that KLM has 18 737-700s according to their own website. Thank you for looking up that fact. Means that we have seen 30 or so % of the 737 fleet already. And the day has only just begun. What's that moving in the background? I think that's Singapore Airlines A350. Yeah, but going to Singapore, and it is 10:34, so that is very likely going to take off from the center runway then. The airplane coming is KLM Flight 751. Going to Quito. That's a 777-200. Hey, Marissa is telling us that the KLM Cargo 747 or a KLM Cargo 747 is being pushed back. Marissa also says that the A350 from Singapore is confirmed to take off from center. So, boo Schiphol. Another heavy hitter coming in the background. That's a Delta A330 Neo going to Seattle.
Schiphol does hate you.
Schiphol does hate me, yeah, indeed, yeah. It is typical behavior. It's what we expect from them. So the opening of runway 36 right around 11 o'clock as secondary runway for arrivals will mean that from then on the center runway is going to close for 40 minutes or so, making this runway the only runway for outbound traffic. Until then, parallel departures in progress, as is almost always the case when the wind is blowing from the north. Happy Thursday, Stacy. Over here it is also Thursday equals Thursday. Well, we've ran out of sparkling wine, so we might have to catch another one.
Quel problème?
Otherwise, we can only quench our thirst with non-alcoholic beverages, which would actually quench your thirst instead of invoking more thirstiness. Yeah, vodka. I was almost forget. It's so normal for me, the full liter of vodka that we have over here. Raven Rock, goedemorgen. Henk, goedemorgen. Berend, goedemorgen. Daan, goedemorgen. Karsten, guten Morgen. Herzlich willkommen. Alrighty, it is departure time for KLM flight 751 to Kilo. It's 777-200, 21 years old, first flight December 2003. Let's go. And thank you for sacrificing yourself, Stacy, who is offering to have a sparkling wine in my stead. Thank you so much for that. You're a trooper, taking one for the team. That's the spirit.
She's a trooper.
She absolutely is. Guten Morgen, Ralph. Herzlich willkommen. Scotty H, good morning. Back. Scotty is tuning in from Oklahoma. Yunus, good to see you. Awesome friend, my friend. On the next departure of Polderbaan, Delta Airlines flight 143. Yunus, are you on? Oh, you're on the opposite side. Mate, what the fudge? Is there a BizJet seat next to the window free? Even if only with one flashlight, it would be nice to see something. Yunus is on board the airplane. I didn't know, man. You should have hit me up beforehand. We could have coordinated this. I'm still looking to see for any flashlights in the business section. No. Yunus was in the Netherlands, but now no longer, only in Dutch airspace. Safely off the ground, back on his way to Seattle. Ah man. Next time you're in the Netherlands, hit me up, or if you're coming back, let me know, man. We could have had an epic 3 flashlight. Shine the light again. Or maybe go even a notch up, step it up, go for 4. There will always be a next time. Gertin, goedemorgen. We're waiting for the next traffic to come. SAS flight 552 just came around the corner. And oh, heavy hitter in the background. KLM Asia on its way to Johannesburg, South Africa. KLM flight 591 777-200 Going to Johannesburg in South Asia. Wind slightly picking up here. Water now showing a few ripples. Nothing substantial, luckily. Wind on the scale of chimney smoke currently Looks like so. Erik says 747 is coming. Has it been assigned to the Polderbaan? Wouldn't that be awesome?
There's a weird yellow dot in the sky.
A weird yellow dot in the sky.
What?
Yeah, what can it be?
The end of the world.
It's the end of the world. Yeah. I think this is the apocalypse beginning. Does give me a few moments to have a look at what is currently going on and show you guys. So the meter in the ticker was indicating a ceiling at 4,100 feet. A refresh will tell us that there is a ceiling still, but now at 4,400 feet. There can only be a ceiling around Schiphol around at 5,000 feet or lower. So there's hardly any ceiling officially anymore. Few clouds at 2,500 feet. Wind is insignificant. 204, 5 knots. More or less from the north. Mostly headwind. 6 degrees Celsius. Air pressure 1015 hectopascals. So yeah, not much to write home about. I am going to update the ticker for you guys. In the meantime, airplanes are coming. Singapore just now leaving. Always when you're updating stuff. Mother effers. Singapore Airlines, flight 323 to Singapore, A350-900. Dominic, good morning. Politiespotter, goedemorgen. David, good morning. Welcome all others. SAS is making its way over to the threshold. No line cutters here. We have 3 airplanes coming in. United 767-300 going to Houston. Air Baltic, another A220 to Tallinn. And a 737 to London Heathrow, KLM flight 1005. And the 747 is coming to the Polderbaan, so that is great news. Party hardy at the Polderbaan with a Queen in a moment. Bas, goedemorgen. Paul, goedemorgen. Beste wensen. Beste mensen. Misread there. Crystal, goedemorgen. Paul, thank you so much for your super sticker. Face screaming in fear. What the fuck? Johnny says, please be quiet for a 15 minutes. I'm in an online meeting. Shh. I'll tell the Queen to be quiet when she arrives here in a few moments. That airplane certainly listened. Jack Wolfman, good morning. Welcome back. This is what it looks like to the west, the northwest. This is what the north looks like. The wind is coming from over there, or at least on ground level it is. I think higher up it might be a little bit more northwesterly. Either way, we're not going to see any majorly bad weather over here. It is in the distance, but not coming this way. This is United Airlines, flight 21, going to Houston, Texas. 33 years old already. First flight March 1991. In the meantime, I think some repairmen have arrived for the leaks in the pipe. and a sort of greenkeeper's golf cart. It's BAM! Bam! Hey, Marissa says that there's an SAS A319 in retro livery taxiing towards Polderbaan. Hey, and what is this? It almost looks like bits of blue in the sky. And a bit of blue on the ground as well. Her Majesty the Queen. There you go. Now my phone just gave me a warning for precipitation in my hometown, which is a bit further to the south. Not sure that we are going to have any rain over here. I can actually see blue in the sky here. It is opening up. It's definitely opening up, so things are going to improve weather-wise over the next coming hours. Her Majesty the Queen, she's coming. Air Baltic is pulling up. A220-300, flight 858 on its way to Tallinn. Ball in Tallinn with Air Baltic. Adrian asks if you can smell it. You cannot smell it, but you are able to see it. Well, at least you were able to see it, but I think they've closed the pipe or something, because where the seams were leaking a little bit, they now no longer are. And I think it has to do with the flow having been stopped so that they can repair it. This is KLM flight 1005 to London Heathrow, 737-800, the PHBXB. 25 years old, first flight April 1999.
First cheater of the day.
The first cheater also making its way over. Is that Aer Lingus? No, that is an A220. And you can beautifully see through those see-through engines. That is Air Baltic flight 962 to Vilnius. Alan says that big yellow dot in the sky is me mooning both of you, LOL. Screw you, Alan. Yeah, those chaps are tightening the bolts on the seams of the pipe next to us. I'm not going to film the guys, but this is the greenkeeper's cart that they drove past us with just now. You might have picked it up on the mic. Air Baltic in the meantime lining up, going to Vilnius. Whale sounds. Hey there, the cat. Meow. Alrighty, well, I'm going to say screw the Air Baltic. This is now more important. Mail also, good morning to Izzy, who is celebrating 2 months of membership. Hello boy, I saw the Venga boys in Sydney last week. Yeah, that's Dutch pride, man. Going to Ibiza. Well, this one isn't going to Ibiza. This is KLM Cargo, operated by Martin Air, flight 6141, destination Miami, Florida. It's the PHCKA, which, if I recall correctly, had a bad case of diarrhea not too long ago. Let's look at her bum. Hopefully she'll feel better. The airplane is 21 years old. First flight March 2003. Let's look and listen. cleaner buffs, but it's not as bad as it was several weeks ago. On her way to Miami, Florida. And on her way she is. Evan, thank you so much for your super sticker, my friend. Smiling face with heart eyes, and that's definitely the right emoji or feeling that this Queen of the Sky evokes. Hopefully we'll see more 747s. They have become a rarity here at Schiphol Airport. Only cargo 747 still flying here. This is a TUI Dreamliner that is going to Bonaire, flight 391. And this is the retro SAS. What a beautiful machine. Check it out. Richard, goedemorgen. Arno, goedemorgen. Tim, goedemorgen. Good morning to all the others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy and we are standing here at the Polderbaan. Today in use as runway 36 left for outbound traffic. And in a few minutes from now, expected to stay open as the only runway for outbound traffic for 40 or so minutes. That's usually between 11 and 11:40 local time. And then again from 1 till 2. In the meantime, the Dreamliner from TUI is lined up almost. So let's have a look at that. It is KLM TUI flight 391 to Bonaire. Belgium registered. JDL. 11 years old. First flight November 2013. Check out how the flex in the wings is being created when it rotates. That's when you can see the curvature starting to form. Of course, already those wings rising as the airplane gains more speed and lift. And here we have the one bird in the water that we already saw earlier. Time for the retro SAS. So sassy. SAS flight 822 to Oslo in the retro livery A319. 18 years old. First flight July 2006. Hadi boy, goedemorgen. While this airplane is holding short or waiting while it is lined up, I should say more appropriately, I can say thank you to Tim Haverkamp, who just now gifted 5 memberships. Tim, dankjewel voor je gulheid. Thank you for your generosity. I hope that everybody who receives a membership from you will thank you for it. Hopefully they'll enjoy the custom emojis. You now have access to them for a month. Be sure to spam us to death with them if you so please to do. This is SAS in the retro livery. What a looker. Meanwhile, Emirates 777-300. Where is it? The 777 freighter? No, it's a 777-300. Taking off to Dubai. And I fully agree with you, Tomo. Airlines should do more retro liveries, absolutely. Retro, but with Wi-Fi. Lars, goedemorgen. Welcome all others who have joined. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We're standing at the Polderbaan, which I think will soon become the only runway for departures. For 40 or so minutes from 11 until 11:40. That's usually the time slot where only one runway for outbound traffic is open and 2 for inbound. Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta is coming. I also see that TUI is already traversing the center runway. That's indicative of its closure. Max 8 737 to Fuerteventura, flight 1605 coming this way. Hadi Lars, goedemorgen. And good morning to all others who have joined. If you joined us just now, you have missed the departure of a Martin Air Cargo / KLM Cargo 747-400 freighter. Fidel Castro, hovering, looking for Pinky and the Brian. Where did it go? There it is. New sight. Hands are off the camera. This bird is hovering perfectly still, or at least its head is. Magnificent to see. Hadi Roy, goedemorgen. And Jiha says 36 left already. Only departure runway at the moment. Inbound 0636 right. As expected. Nicholas says that the next 747 on schedule is around 12:50. Would be nice if it were to depart on schedule. Often that's not the case with those cargo airplanes. Very unreliable in that respect. Much less reliable than the normal passenger flights schedules are. Gratje, thank you so much for your super chat. Hashtag free P3. I don't know why it was. Maybe we had 600 viewers at a moment in time. Not sure. Hey, Chinese triple coming this way? Or is that an arrival? Has it just arrived? Now, in the meantime, also a massive big thank you to Roy Oerlemans, who is celebrating 21 months of membership. Onwards to 2 years supporting at AMS Live. Thank you so much for your ongoing support, mate. Always nice to have you in the chat. I hope you're going to stick around for those 2 years and many more months to come. If not as a member, then at least as a regular visitor. I'm sure you will. Thank you so much for your support, Roy. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream. 21 months and counting. Won't be long before the first 22-month members will celebrate their 22 months of membership. The chat getting ever more green with members who have been a member for a year or longer. Amazing, if you think about it. Thank you all so much. Peter, goedemorgen. And good morning to all others. Right, so at the moment Polderbaan has become the only runway for outbound traffic, so everything you see on flight radar that is destined to go out will be coming this way. Starting with this Max 8 737 from TUI to Fuerteventura. That's the Canary Islands. This particular airplane is the PHTFR, 3 years old, first flight December 2021. Rodok says because it was because it was 11 a.m. Always a good reason. What's that on the truck? Neo Cargo? Huh. Such big bold letters made me curious. What does it say? This is Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta, Georgia. A330-300. The next airplanes to come this way. Delta Airlines Flight 49. Another A330. An A330 Neo to New York JFK. Chinese triple to Shanghai. That's China Southern Cargo. We have Swiss to Zurich after that. And EasyJet to Newcastle after that. Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta, Georgia. A330-300. Doing a turn and burn by the looks of it and sound of it. 7-year-old airplane. First flight March 2017. Slowest retracting gear in the game, that's the A330s. That's not Formula 1 tires being replaced, but bolts being tightened. Fidel Castro once again hunting over here. And Delta is lining up in the distance, or almost lining up. Maria also celebrating today 16 months of membership, still here and loving it. Thanks boys, she writes. Thank you so much for your support as well, Maria, not only as a member but also as a very valued moderator. Thank you so much for all the support, and hope you still like being a mod and a member. I need vodka, man. What am I saying? Jose Luis, good morning. Josegi tuning in from Nairobi, Kenya, good morning. Delta Airlines Flight 73 going. Hadi Han, goedemorgen. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Next up, Chinese triple. Going to Shanghai. This is China Southern Cargo Flight 496. Registration Bravo 20 Echo November. 4 years old, first flight March 2020. Harry in the foreground, not giving enough. vortex. Little vortex. Little twister into the engine. Excellent to see. Beautiful to hear. Big picture wise, looking to the north, things look like this. Northwest, west, east, and south. We've got a queue with Swiss being lined up. The next airplane to go. Paper Chase, good morning. Welcome back. Good to see you again. This is Swiss to Zurich, flight 731, an A320 Neo. Registration, Hotel Bravo, Juliet, Delta Alpha. 4 years old, first flight February 2020. Two narrow bodies in the queue, behind it, EasyJet and KLM. And KLM heavy hitters on their way over. And Swiss is going. Oh, banking to the right shortly after having left the ground. Interesting. Was that a little draft? Here in the water, only minor ripples. Is there Viagra in the air already? The answer is not quite. Though the windsock is a little more erect, it's semi-flaccid, if you will. It does look like the wind has picked up ever so slightly. It was 5 knots earlier. Still single digits, but EasyJet going to Newcastle, A319, 14 years old, first flight September 2010. Paper Chase says, did y'all know that in Morocco they call rain good weather and sun bad weather? It's the exact opposite of what we do over here. Didn't know that, mate. Another fact, another new thing learned here at AMS Live. It's the Learning Channel. KLM flight 1219 to Stockholm, the next airplane to take off. Hey, what do you know? It's not a 737-700. What? Up, and away she is. Tomo says you don't have bad weather, only bad clothing. I'm not sure if I concur with that. Not sure if I'm fully on board with that statement. But you definitely need to dress appropriately if you do go out in what is generally considered to be bad weather. That's absolutely true. We have two Dreamliners from KLM now taking off. Lining up right now is KLM Flight 879 to Bangalore in India. That's a 787-10. Its smaller sibling, KLM Flight 705, will be next. That is going to go to Rio de Janeiro and is a 7879 Dreamliner. This is the 787-10 to Bangalore. Four-year-old airplane. First flight May 2020. And no vortices or any condensation anymore. Is that H1? I'm not sure that it is. Robert says, hey, hi, let's listen to those great sounds. Greetings out of the train. Greetings back. On the train from where to where? Is that Air Canada? Are those bank robbers who have taken our money? Or is that Air Europa? I think it is Air Europa. And here we have the KLM 7879 Dreamliner. The Rio de Janeiro KLM Flight 705. And this is already in the new livery, isn't it? Or... yeah. Nose cone fully blue. It's a subtle difference. Completely coke free, yeah. KLM have bettered their ways. The new livery is more clearly visible, I think, with the A321s, or maybe it is because you know that because it is an A321neo, it does have the newest livery, but I had to look twice. It was a bit less apparent on the Dreamliner, but you could see it. Now, which one is the original color? The front part or the hind part? I'm not sure. I do know for sure that there shouldn't be such a color difference. Roy asks if he hears Lise on site. Absolutely. No, you're just hearing voices. So there you go. It's all in your head. Hey there, Franklin. Good morning. And good morning to all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy and we are standing here at the beginning of the Polderbaan, runway 36 left, where outbound traffic is now taking off from exclusively, at least for another 25 or so minutes until approximately 11:40, and then another hour of exclusive outbound traffic to Polderbaan between 1 and 2 p.m. Hadi Marco, goedemorgen. Lance, good morning. Welcome all others. This is Air Europa to Madrid, flight 1098. It is a 7879 Dreamliner doing a turn and burn. 4-year-old airplane, first flight February 2020. Now if there's one emoji that is not used as frequently anymore, I think it is the turn and burn one. I'm thinking if we are ever going to replace any of the emojis, that might be a very likely candidate to be replacing. Hadi Daniel, goedemorgen. And Owen is on the spottersplaats. Could you give us a little wave then? Okay, we see you. Well, let's see where. If you're standing at the fence, I think we cannot see you from over here. Unless you stand at the very the north end. I think we can see a little bit of the fence over there. Jean-Paul, goedemorgen. Lars, goedemorgen. Good morning. Peter is now using the turn and burn emoji. The one I referred to just now. 3 heavy hitters coming this way. So the 3 airplanes coming this way is TUI in the foreground, going to Curaçao, Willemstad, 7878 Dreamliner. Also going to Curaçao is the KLM, that is in the middle of the 3, the number 2, KLM Flight 735, also outbound to Curaçao. So these 2 airplanes, the TUI and the first of the 2 KLMs, will be flying back to back halfway across the world. The third 777 will be going to Sao Paulo, that's KLM Flight 791. And these are 2 consecutive 777-ers, 300-ers, I should say. And Peter is going to Curaçao tomorrow. Nice. Bob says, in the Lurkers Lounge with my dog.
You like dogs?
You like dags? Yeah, I like dags. Hey there, Malarkey100. Goedemorgen. Thank you for your kind words. In Dutch, Malarkey says, good morning. Lovely footage again you're making. Keep at it. Goed bezig. This is TUI Flight 369 to Curaçao. 7878 Dreamliner. And that is the bird control coming this way. One of the Ranger Raptors. We saw K3 earlier. I'm not sure which one this one is. We'll find out soon enough. Next up, another airplane to Willemstad, Curaçao. This is KLM Flight 735. 777-300 PHB VV. That's Bravo Victor Victor. 4 years old, first flight December 2020. And it is K4 that just now passed us by. Cameo from the left incoming. The first of 2 consecutive 777-300ERs from KLM. Up, up, and away it goes. Hey there, really good morning. And Shani says, the race to Curaçao has started. Who will be the first? Yeah, good question. Wonder if they're going to stay behind one another or if one is going to overtake the other. If they're not on the same North Atlantic track or on the same track but at different altitudes, they can overtake. Die staan Stow will be flying in a 777-200 to Tokyo in 2 weeks from now, and that's going to be the first time for him to be flying on a 777. I flew that flight as well in 2016 and it was tremendously awesome. You're going to enjoy it. I know you will. This is KLM flight 791 to Sao Paulo. 777-300. And as you could read, the PHBVK, Bravo Victor Kilo. Oh, Mercer says another KLM 747 is pushed back. Adrian also confirming KLM Cargo 747 on taxi. What? That's going to be the second one if it's going to come to the polar run. Wouldn't that be something, folks? Holy cow. We have to wait for the next traffic, but you can already see it approaching. It is KLM flight 515 to Zanzibar. That is a 787-10 Dreamliner coming this way. Midvi asks, what did I miss? And good morning as well. Good morning. One KLM 747 you already missed. It did take off in the beginning of the stream, the CKA. Another one seems to be coming. Hey there, Paul. Good morning. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Prasanna, good morning. Welcome to the show. Tim Sid, good day. Welcome back. If you joined us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy and we are standing here at runway 36 left. Currently the only runway for outbound traffic. The Polderbaan with wind blowing from the north moderately. At the moment the only runway for outbound traffic. Center runway also in use as secondary runway for outbound traffic is going to open again in 15 or so minutes from now expectedly. And then until 1 o'clock parallel departures once again. From 1 to 2 we are expecting once again the Polderbaan to become the only runway for outbound traffic. Even though it isn't very cold, I do always start to gradually develop a runny nose with colder weather, so I'm going to take this moment for introducing the elephant in the room. And we're back. Wind is picking up, indeed. I noticed it as well. You can also see it in the water. The windsock also becoming a bit more erect, slowly but surely. Hadi Evert, goedemorgen. Finnair A350 also on the way, Marissa says. That is beautiful. It's been a while since we last saw that up close. Lance asks if he heard a duck farting. You did hear that. Absolutely. It was exactly that.
He knows his birds.
He does know his birds. Absolutely. Yeah. So KLM flight 515 to Zanzibar is coming this way. Somewhere behind it an A320 from EasyJet, destined to fly to Bristol, should also be arriving. Let's have a bit of a more close-up look. There's a glimpse of the Orange Pride as well over there. And that diagonal thing that you see are the coverages of the entrance of the tunnel into the Schiphol. It's the entrance of the Schiphol tunnel. That's the A4 highway. Finnair A350 that Marissa alluded to earlier. We can see it over here. It's coming this way. Lance thinks he also heard a spicy bird there too.
As I said, he knows his birds.
He does know his birds, right? Yeah, he does. What an expert he is. on birds big and small. The BKC on its way to the threshold. The EasyJet to Bristol also coming. Finnair will be the next, and after that the second KLM Cargo 747. I'm wondering, can we see... Yeah, we can see her already. There she is. There she is. 2 blue KLM Cargo 747s in one stream. Had I known this beforehand, I would have put it in the title of the stream, but there you go. Oh, that sounded like a train horn or something in the background. Rodney, good to see you again. Good morning, and good morning to all others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live, my name is Boy. We're standing at the Polderbaan, the only runway for outbound traffic at the moment. Heavy hitters are coming. The Finnair A350 on the right. KLM, second KLM 747 taking off from this runway as well in a couple of minutes on the far left. In the meantime, over here at the threshold, a KLM Dreamliner to Zanzibar is lining up. This is KLM Flight 515, the PHBKC, that's Bravo Kilo Charlie, 5 years old, first flight October 2019. Marissa says we're truly getting spoiled today with 2 of the 3 KLM 747s. Yeah, and don't forget 30% of the 737-700s we've also seen. 5, 6 or so, something like that. Of the, what was it again? 16, I think, if I recall correctly. Flock of birds. Bird control has work to do. Those chaps are once again fixing the cameras, or maybe doing some maintenance. That's the guys that came in that little van, I think. We've seen it before when we were closer by. From here we can still spy on them. They have a laptop with them, and in these poles cameras are attached. These are actually surveillance cameras, I think. Hey there, Sean. Good morning. Tuning in from a very early Atlanta, Georgia. And he says, my cat woke me up just in time to see the 747s. Your cat has immaculate timing. A350, Finnair, and second KLM Cargo 747 coming. Japanese characters, good morning. Konnichiwa. Get the big hammer, Jeff says. I need a hammer. That's the Clarkson method of fixing things. I need a hammer. Speed and power and a hammer is all you need in life. What's that in the background? Air Arabia coming this way. In the meantime, you can hear an EasyJet to Bristol spool up. Hadi Mats, good morning. Her Majesty the Queen. It's the second KLM 747 400 freighter that we are going to see take off shortly in this stream. The PHCKA was the first, and this airplane underway to Dubai is the CKC. To celebrate, the bird control is setting off some fireworks. That is K4. And it is Her Majesty that you're hearing. Now, Her Majesty has had a bad case of diarrhea. I also had several bad cases of diarrhea about a week ago. Luckily, that is now all said and done and behind us. I felt like this KLM Cargo a week ago.
Like
I felt like a queen, yeah. With a bad case of diarrhea. In the meantime, Finnair has lined up and is outbound to bloody Helsinki in a few moments. Flight 1302. Alan says those guys are probably from the hashtag P3 spying group watching your every move, the mother effers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they have nothing better to do than to spy on me. If that's going to be so, then... what has come of the world then? Jörg is also back in the chat, coming in with a bang. So you spent much time on the throne. I absolutely did. I absolutely did, yeah. Studio Ivo, goeiedag. Good day to you. Here she is. It is the second KLM Cargo 747-400 freighter. The first one went to Miami. This one is going to go to Detroit, Dubai World Center. Flying as Martin Air Cargo Flight 9441. This is the PHCKC. 21 years old. First flight January 2004. Showtime. Jörg says he had to comment on this from Lurker's Lounge, like Waldorf and Statler. Yeah. Well, feel free to do so, mate. Good to see you, Jörg. Hope all is well. The second queen of the show, and it is a second KLM queen. Going, gone. Hadi Hans, goedemorgen. Her Majesty in the meantime continuing in the runway, heading pretty soon it's going to make a right hand turn. Since it has to go to Dubai, it has to make a right hand turn. Sertak says hi from Turkey. Welcome, Sertak. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Oh, she's flying into the clouds now. Or maybe she's just farting, but either way, lost track of her. You can see how the wind is blowing, because this is what we call a cloud street in Dutch, Wolkenstraat. That's clouds forming in line with the prevailing direction of the wind. Clearly a visual indication of how the wind is blowing at the moment. This is Air Arabia Morocco, which is going to go to Nador in Morocco. 8 years old, first flight April 2016. Yeah, it's a puddle. Check it out. Going off-road. And here we have BA to London City. That's BA flight 8452, an Embraer 190, and another BA is following in its wake going to London Heathrow. That's an A320. Hadi Dennis, goedemorgen, good morning. Embraer 190 not very heavy, already rotating much more sooner than other airplanes normally rotate. And we have another line cutter. That's Croatia Airlines flight 451 to Zagreb. Hadi Nico, goedemorgen. This is in the Star Alliance livery, Croatia Airlines. Our line cutter. They're still performing some maintenance on the cameras. On the other side, BA A320 is lined up, ready to go to London Heathrow in a moment. After that, no more airplanes in the immediate vicinity. There certainly are going to be more that are underway, but they're not going to be departing right away. This is BA flight 431 to London Heathrow. Lisa has drank too much vodka and she's having hiccups. Speaking of vodka, I'm also going to have a few sips before she drinks it all.
You snitch?
I certainly am a snitch. Snitching is in Dutch cultural heritage. In the Second World War, we also snitched on a massive scale. It's something we're good at. It comes natural to Dutchies. Drink some more vodka. I certainly will. Let's see. Here we have traffic coming this way. It looks like SAS. And it is SAS flight 556. A320neo going to Stockholm. Lon says, I just heard the spice bird squawking in the background. Bird Control is once again setting off some fireworks. I think we might be able to catch it right next to the... yeah. Can just have a glimpse of it over there, K4. Owen says Cathay Pacific 747 has been cancelled. Marcel van Oeveren says goedemorgen boy. Goedemorgen Marcel. Bird control over there. SAS is getting closer by, and more airplanes in the background coming this way. Ryanair is on the move. The airplane in the foreground is an A320neo to Attirau. That is the... oh yeah, Air Astana. Mark says, we used to say snitches get stitches. Definitely. Definitely. Heike Jan, goedemorgen, good morning. Welcome all others who have joined us in the meantime. In the background, the 78710 to Panama City, KLM flight 757. We also have United Airlines going to Chicago O'Hare. That's United Airlines flight 908. Ryanair. Apparently Ryanair has arrived. I don't see it on flight radar as outbound traffic. There's the United Airlines. Martina is tuning in from a frosty Enniscoclair, which I probably totally mispronounced. Apologies for that, Dan. Tuning in from Ireland. Welcome back. SAS about to line up here on the threshold of Polderban. SAS flight 556 to Stockholm. That's an A320neo, 2 years old. Adrian mentions that there's an A380 overhead. Not able to see it. I think I am able to hear it though. Marissa says Ryanair is outbound to Dublin. That's odd. I didn't see it on flight radar just now, and I have inbound and outbound traffic AMS filtered if all is set properly. Well, in that case, we're also going to see Ryanair to Dublin pretty soon. And SAS on their way. Liberator, good to see ya. See that John, Dutch Canadian, is also back. Goedemorgen, good morning, John. Now, also a massive big thank you to John, who just now gifted 5 memberships. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge, new members. Don't forget to say thank you to John if you got gifted a membership by him just now. Don't forget, you can use the custom emojis that are now at your disposal for a month. Use them whenever you see fit. Spamming is not allowed, but you are always allowed to use custom emojis as much as you like. And also a massive big thank you to Paul for your super sticker, a rainbow clapperboard with the words behind the scenes. Yeah, maybe one day a behind the scenes camera. Not sure if there's an audience for it, but some channels do seem to have success with it. Not sure if I am narcissistic enough to want to do it, but behind the scenes, who knows? This is Air Astana, an A321neo to Attirau. First next airplane to line up. And what's that? That's an authority vehicle. Authority, respect my authority. Bob says, beauty sleep time for me. Thanks for the great stream. Enjoy the day. Thank you for joining, Bob. You sleep well and hope to see you again in the next one, which hopefully will be tomorrow. This is Air Astana flight 904 to Attirau. It is an A321neo. 5 years old already. First flight August 2019. Yak says that delivery makes the plane look a lot older. I never looked at it that way, but I think you might be right. Adian, goedemorgen. Hello again, boss. And Rutwig is tuning in from Delft. Goedemorgen, good morning. Lance says, AMS live behind the scenes. No, save us from vodka, nose wiping, check trousers and more. Alright, since you ask so nicely. Lance has paid attention and has already seen a lot of behind the scenes in a few glimpses that you can see if you watch on a regular basis. This is KLM flight 757 to Panama City, 787-10 Dreamliner, the PHBKK. It's Bravo Kilo Kilo, 4 years old, first flight December 2020. Next up will be United Airlines flight 908 to Chicago. And also, I spy with my little eye the Dash 8 100 from the Coast Guard, flying outbound for coastal patrol. This 7878 Dreamliner off to Chicago. 12 years old, first flight August 2012. Next up, KM Malta, flight 395 to Malta. There you go. Who would have thought? It's the 9HNE. That's November Echo Echo, which means no in Dutch. The airplane is a year old. First flight February 2023. Ryanair to Dublin. In the meantime, has arrived as well. The airplane that we already saw in the background, but that I didn't see on flight radar initially, now has become visible quite clearly, both visually and on flight radar. Just says Malta. Malta. Single Malta whiskey. I'll have a glass of that, please. In the meantime, a KLM Embraer 175 has snuck up on us and is going to take off next after Ryanair has left. Going to Gdansk in Poland, but first this is Ryanair flight 421 to Dublin, Ireland. A 737-800. 16 years old, first flight December 2008. There's the greenkeeper car that we also saw on this side earlier. Guess they've tightened some more bolts and are heading back to their station. A few folks at the Spottersplatz itself. You can see them over there. More work on the pipes being done. Somebody is walking on it, on one of them. And here we have the KLM Embraer 175 to Gdansk. Flight 1305. Adriaan says, geen zakdoeken met logo in the shop. No handkerchiefs with logo in the shop. I'm not sure that that is a product type that you can choose in Spreadshop. But if you are curious, I will have a look for you. Shouldn't be too difficult to add it to the collection of merchandise if it is available. They do have teddy bears with sweaters on which you can put your logo of choice. It is really astounding what you can all choose. You can even choose leggings, sport leggings, shorts, baby clothing. It is insane. Jax asks, what are all those pipes for? It is replacement pressure pipelines because they're working on, I think those are sewage lines. Yeah. Lance says that Michael O'Leary of Ryanair comments in UK media on proposed third runway at London Heathrow are very funny. Worth a watch or listen. What did he say then? Where's that third runway supposed to be put? North of the existing runway area or to the south? Is there even room for a third runway? Not that well known myself with the topography of London Heathrow, but I do know that they're strapped for space. Hadi Paul, goedemorgen. North of the airport, okay. I'll have a look on Google Maps once I get home to see how much room there is for any third runways. Probably not a lot. In the meantime, check out a visualization of the pipeline coming to the Polderbaan. We do have one airplane lined up already. That's an Embraer 190 to Genoa in Italy. KLM. This is a 777-300 to Lima. Now leaving the picture, the field of view. Hadi Gijs, goedemorgen. JW Slijm, goedemorgen, good morning. JW Slijm says, never seen a Ryanair at Heathrow. Yeah, well, are they going to fly to Heathrow if there's going to be a third runway then? Do you want that? Is it really so bad? Oh. Big flock of birds here. Where's the bird control? That's pretty damn near close to the runway. Not seeing the pickup truck. Oh wait, I do see the pickup truck. It's over there. I think maybe the bird control has also spotted what I saw just now, and you guys probably did too. Nice triplet of airplanes. El Al. And another Ryanair by the looks of it. No Tarom. And KLM. KLM flight 743 to Lima, 777-300 in the meantime. Here we go, showtime. Maria has to go, her bed is calling. She says, see you tomorrow, sleep tight. Hope to see you again tomorrow, Maria. Tina also in the chat. I'm not sure if I already said hi. Hi there, Tina. And welcome all others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're standing at the Polderbaan. Wind from the north. Slowly but surely picking up a little bit. It's not storming by any means, but we do have a few ripples in the water. And the windsock is semi-erect. Rain further down to the southeast. That's the background, looking a bit dark and grim. Over here it should stay dry here, and we might even start to get some sunshine later in the day. Or so they've told. Peter says maybe bird control has to use cobras. That's a reference to very loud fireworks with the explosive power that approaches that of a hand grenade. KLM Embraer 190 to Aberdeen lined up, ready to go in a few moments. That's KLM flight 915, the PHEZW. That's Echo Zulu Whiskey. Whiskey. The airplane is 13 years old, hailing from the year 2012, and bird control is chasing away the birds. You can hear it and just about see it. Nice demonstration of physics. And you can also see that the paper towel dispenser here at the KFC is still empty. So if you wash your hands, either wipe them on your trousers or skirt. But the paper is still not being resupplied. Bastards. Adriaan says, Happy New Year, Year of the Snake. Next up is going to be El Al going to Tel Aviv, flight 338. Gijs asks in Dutch if we've heard about the crash airplane in DC. Of course we have. I think everybody has. Very unfortunate collision with a helicopter. And then also an unfortunate crash of the airplane in a river. As if the crash itself wasn't enough. LO, flight 338 to Tel Aviv, 737-900. Tina says, I'm also a snake. Is that so?
I think it's playtime.
Marissa says 747 on Kaagbaan. Just in time. Just in time. Thanks for the heads up. Cargo locks. Only barely visible because the trees are in the way. Luckily this time of year the trees are not in leaf yet. Hey, replacement nose on this Dreamliner. Playtime. Oh, we saw it land. We're going to see it leave again. Double playtime today. First up, Tarom to Bucharest. Flight 362. 737-800. 11 years old. First flight March 2013. And Clemencia says that on the news they told that they found both black boxes of the airplane in the water. Well, we all know what happened. There was footage of the crash. I am curious though if military helicopters also have TCAS. You'd think they should, particularly if they are operating in civilized areas, urban areas. Curious if they normally do. Playtime is also going to the threshold. KLM flight 877 to Mumbai has lined up. 787-10 Dreamliner, the PHBKG, 5-year-old airplane, first flight January 2020. Lance says no TCAS on US military heli fleet. Fact. Well, there you go. I think there's the solution to prevent this from ever happening again. Military helicopters and airplanes that aren't on missions should have TCAS on. Michael says, when aircraft get below a certain altitude, TCAS stops because of too much traffic near airports. Pilots get overwhelmed, so computers stop. Right, so in that case, what happened then? Did ATC miss something, or did the helicopter not follow up their instructions? Pretty sure what happened exactly will become apparent in due course. Right, it is playtime, ladies and gentlemen. We saw it in the background arrive earlier in the morning, and now it is flying back to Reykjavik in Iceland. Flight 461, an A320neo. I think my chat window has stopped because I had to scroll to read Michael's entire message. Unless that is still the last message in the chat, but I think it will not be. Oh yeah, there you go. Mike says, there goes my neighbor who's working as a flight attendant. Bina also back in the chat. Good to see you, Bina. It's been a while. Welcome back. Hope you've been good all in while we haven't seen you. This is, let's see, KLM to Milan, flight 1615. And Norwegian to Stockholm is going to be the next one. Hey there, Felix. Bina has been lurking a lot. Well, in that case, good to have you back in the chat as an active viewer. Nice to see names, well-known names from the past, sometimes drop by. This is Norwegian with Gustav Vigeland on the tail. Let's have a look at Gustav in a moment. Grumpy, as they almost always are. Bye bye, Gustav. Gustav. Alrighty, Peter. Good morning. Next up, KLM Flight 565, which will be going to Nairobi in Kenya. That's a 777-200. What I am surprised about is that it is 12:09 at the moment, and ordinarily parallel departures should have begun 30 or so minutes ago. Thus far I haven't seen that happen yet. Makes me wonder what the expected runway use is going to be like. I haven't looked on Bezoekbus, the website that usually I look at if I want to know what the upcoming runway use is going to be like. Maybe after this airplane, or let's see if we have time for it. Marissa has to go. And she has an afternoon shift at work. Means no mods in the chat. That means you guys better behave.
No.
Thanks for joining, Marissa. Oh, wow. Paul just in the nick of time reporting. Good to see you, Paul. What a perfect timing then. We were about to have no mods in the chat. What? We all know what happens then. When the teacher goes away, chaos ensues.
So Paul, have you been sailing on the Gulf of Yorkshire?
Lisa is wondering, have you sailed the waters of the Gulf of Yorkshire yet? Yeah. So happy with the new name. Also have a look at this beautiful stunner. It is an A220 in ITA livery. Bombardier C Series 100. What a beautiful machine. But let's forgo the departure of the Embraer. I'm wondering what runway use is going to be like. Let's have a quick look. Normally speaking, this time around we should have 2 runways open for departures. And Bezoekbus will show us what the expected runway use is going to be like. From 11:40 until 1 o'clock, Polderbaan and Center expected to be open for departures, and then from 1 until 1:40 just the Polderbaan. Interesting, because at the moment we still see, well, on paper on paper 12:10 the current situation says that there are 2 runways open for departure. So I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. But as my geography teacher of high school always used to say in Dutch, vraag niet hoe het kan, maar profiteer ervan. In other words, don't ask how or why, just profit of the situation. Because of the situation. Let's do exactly that then. This is ITA Airways Flight 121 to Milan. It's a Bombardier C Series 100, aka an A220. Brand new, first flight November 2024, so this one really is brand spanking new. Spanking. My ground crew all of a sudden.
I have spicy.
Yeah, spicy Lisa. Now I'm starting to lust for spicy food. Okay. Let's go to the toko. Toko for some Indonesian, Malaysian spicy food. That's the silver lining of Dutch colonialism in the past. We do have a lot of nice food from all over the world. Indonesian kitchen, Indonesian cuisine, Suriname cuisine.
It's the most important conclusion you can.
Wow, you have to stay positive, right? Lance says, boy, if they build any more sewage pipes here, we will have to rename it excrement ban. Just saying. Well, why wait? Why not call it the excrement ban already?
Anything's possible.
I think it is the only runway now that has a sewage pipe of excrements next to it, so why not just rebrand it? This is the you're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We are standing here at the excrement ban, aka runway 36 left. At the moment, still the only runway in use for departures, even though on paper the center runway now also is open. Jevis Slijm says that there is a Cargolux 747 expected in 30 minutes. Is that inbound or outbound? For those of you joining us later, you already missed the departure of two KLM 747-400 freighters. One going to Miami and one going to Dubai. In the meantime, in the distance, airplanes coming this way. Air Oink Oink being one of them. I also see ITA coming. Delta Airlines to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Flight 161 also coming this way. In fact, Air Oink Oink is going to be the first airplane taking off in a moment or so. Well, a couple of minutes. Technically speaking,
it's called Pegasus Airline.
Yeah, it's Pegasus. Show some respect for the airline. How dare you? Greta Thunberg is going to be outraged. Well, Jevis Slijm also informing us that the A380 is near Hengelo in Dutch airspace. In other words, landing in about 23 minutes. Question is, what runway has it been assigned to? Is it going to be 06? Because then we might see a glimpse of it as it approaches the runway. Meanwhile, Air Oink Oink, Pegasus, A321neo, will it turn in for a line cut? The answer is no. Dirk Tour says A380 to 06, so excellent. Give me a heads up, if you will, when it is in the vicinity of New Vennep or so. Usually Flight Radar lags a little bit, so if you tell me when you see it on Flight Radar or whatever source you use in the vicinity of New Vennep, then I will be informed in time, hopefully, if all is well. I also see that we have a shower over there. One of the pipes leaking water, so yeah, if you want to take a shower, excrement ban has it all. Next up, Air Pegasus. Or Pegasus, I should say. Air Oink Oink, its nickname. Why? Because it says Fly Pigs on the side. It's not so much a leak, I think, Paul. It's the bolts not being tight enough. We also saw that earlier on other seams here behind us and a bit further towards the north. And some maintenance guys already came up here with their little greenkeeper card and already tightened some of the bolts. Pegasus to Istanbul, A321neo, flight 1252. The airplane is a year old. First flight December 2023. Yeah, or they missed it, or they have put pressure on the pipes again. Another little fountain over here. The excrement ban has it all. Stacy says, I hope it's just water. Yeah, me too. I think my nose is also starting to get a little stuffed from a little bit of a cold infection, so luckily I'm not smelling everything. And look at this headshot, it is beautiful. It is an Italian line cutter, Italian cheater. Flight 107 to Rome, it's an A321neo. Ciao ragazzi! Harjeet, just play nuts, good to see you both. And all others who have joined in the meantime, welcome back. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy and we're standing at the excrement ban. Center runway is now in use for departures. Parallel departures once again have resumed. This is Delta Airlines to Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's an A330-300, flight 161. 21-year-old airplane, first flight June 2003. And Ulubatli Hassan says Turkish Airlines A330 coming. That would be nice. I'm thinking, will it not take off from center now that that has opened up? I'm inclined to think that Turkish, if it's going to leave for Istanbul, will be taking the center runway to take off from. But we will see eventually. KLM Embraer 175 to Inverness. And the airplane now lined up is a 737 that, at least on my flight radar, doesn't show. And Paul says, say hello to Lisa. And yes, I'm planning to sail the Gulf of Yorkshire.
Good plan, good plan.
Good plan, and hello back. Yeah, I don't know where this airplane is going to go to. It doesn't show on my flight radar. Don't know why that is. The airplane behind it is an Embraer 175 to Inverness. It is visible on my flight radar. For the time being, it seems like these are the only two airplanes now taking off from Polderbaan in a moment. But, oh wait, yeah, no, more is coming already. It does look like the Turkish A330 is on the taxiway to the center runway already. Yeah, as confirmed in the chat. Right, so we have a KLM 737, destination unknown, at least to me. Dublin, Richard says, okay, excellent, on its way to Dublin, Ireland. Parallel departures, Embraer 190 to Poznan has just taken off from center. It's the Embraer narrow bodies rush hour. Embraer 175 to Munich, next to take off from center. Embraer 175 to Inverness, lined up, ready to go from Excrementbaan, aka the Polderbaan, aka runway 36 left. Thanks Hans, Dublin it is. And Owen says 747 on his way to 18 right. Well, we're using the 36 runways today. So are you talking about 36 right or 36 left in that case? PHEXS. And indeed an excess of Embraers is what we have over here. Birds too. Holy shizzle. They just won't leave, will they? Ah, Polderbaan. Thanks, Owen. Oh yeah, I now also see it on Flight Radar. 747 to Almaty. Are you sure it's going to come here? It's destined to go to the east. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it coming to the Polderbaan. I'm just wondering, when it has to go to the east, won't it take off from center instead? That seems more likely. Or is it already confirmed to go to Polderbaan on the, what is it, CDM? Ah yeah, Paul confirming 747 to center, sadly. Yeah, sadly but not unexpectedly. Everything going to the east will now take off from center with parallel departures in progress. Hadi Anya, good to see ya. Welcome back, hope all is well. For those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live, the channel the Schiphol Group loves to hate, it's that good. And we are standing here at the Excrementbaan. It's the new name of Polderbaan. Why, you might wonder, well, there's excrement, a lot of shit over here. And it's even raining shitty stuff over here. That or water. Luckily, Smell TV has not yet been invented. Another 737-700. That must be the 7th of the show or the 6th. Either way, it's a significant portion of the fleet. KLM Embraer and Turkish A330 to Istanbul. Oh, Turkish. Turkish. Yeah.
They're laughing at us.
They're laughing at us.
You can't fly.
We can't fly, but we are fly. Turkish Airlines A330 300 flight 1951 to Istanbul, and after that the Atlas Air 747-8 to Almaty. Fikolbaan. Yeah. Luckily there's no wind, so there's no shitstorm going on here. Stacy says, imagine if they'd invented scratch and sniff TVs. In that case I would have to relocate to a more suitable location, like a cookie factory or something. Delta A330 making its way over to the threshold of Polderbaan. Let's call it that for the time being. Embraer 175 on their way out. Flight 1127. So the wind is blowing from more or less the north, and you can actually see the exact direction the wind is blowing from because of this phenomenon, which in Dutch is called Wolkenstraat, which literally translates to English as cloud streets. Clouds forming in the direction of the wind. A visualization of the prevailing wind. You can see it's continuing further to the south. Not a lot of wind, single digits in knots. And another Boeing 737-700. Next up, a loud airplane. Delta Airlines Flight 243 to Boston, Boston, Massachusetts. Why did I wonder? Why did I doubt about that for a moment? Don't know. Maybe I'm running low on vodka. This is an A330 Neo, brand new, meaning less than a year old. First flight of this airplane was in June 2024. Esther Benjamin is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. Anja says that it is raining in Tilburg. Tilburg is in the province of North Brabant, and that is in the southern half of the country. You can see in the background more darkness looking to the south. So yeah, we're right in the area where it's expected to stay dry. Have I missed the 747? What the fudge? Never even saw it. Wind on the scale of windsock looks like this. Infinity also back in the chat. Goedemorgen. Wind on the scale of chimney smoke currently looking like this. Embraer 175 to Norwich. Next, over here at the Polderbaan, probably is going to taxi to the threshold, and no cheating, but you never know. Until now. Let's have a quick look and see what the meter is saying. Current weather report. The one that we have pasted in the ticker is this one, and a refresh will tell us that the ceiling has gone. We still have few clouds at 2,000 feet. The wind is still firmly blowing from the north. Speed has increased to 8 knots, aka through 3 or so, bow 4. And let's paste it in the ticker and then head back to the traffic. Light airplane to Norwich, Embraer 175, KLM flight 1055. Hassan says we'll see Emirates A380 land in 2 or 3 minutes. Landing on 06. It's flying base over Leiden and is turning final pretty soon. So we should be able to see it indeed. I think this is going to be the first E2 of the show. More 737-700s than E2 Embraers that we have seen thus far. Thanks for the updates about the A350, guys. Anyway, goedemorgen. Good to see you again. Emirates A380 is turning final. Now flying in the vicinity of my hometown. Infinity, if you're at home, look up. You might be able to see it.
Above the cake.
Above the cake, yeah. The cake bane is where it is going to. E2 Embraer 195 going to Copenhagen. KLM flight 1271 and Infinity already sees the A380. Perfect. Soon we will too. Right, Emirates A380, somewhere over there. We should start seeing it pretty soon. Not sure if we can see it in between the trees already. If not, then we should see it appear on the left of the trees. Emirates flight 147 arriving from Dubai. 6 hours and 36 minutes underway. That's nominal flight time. The plane is 9 years old. The first flight of the Emirates A380 that we don't see yet, but soon will. It's 9 years. There it is. First flight of this airplane was in March 2015. That means that in 2 months from now this airplane is going to turn 10 years old. It is the standard livery, still the most prevalent version of it. Our members already have access to the latest iteration with the ribbon tail. Emirates flight 147 arriving from Dubai, landing on runway 06, aka the Kaagbaan, Cake Bane. The two-story apartment building on wings. What was it again? 6 kilograms of rubber being placed on the tarmac of the runway it is landing on each time it lands. That's a lot of rubber.
A car tire, how much kilograms is that?
I don't know how many kilograms a car tire would weigh, but the pure rubber, the area that makes contact with the tarmac, maybe a couple, 2-3 kilos or something. I'm not sure. I absolutely don't know. I do know that whenever I lift my spare tire out of my boot to check the air pressure, but granted it has a steel rim also.
Just thinking about how much rubber it actually is.
Alan says, catch you later, legend and crew. It's piss off time. Check you later, alligator. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate.
Bye.
Hope to see you again in the next one. Cargolux is also approaching. I can see it already on flight radar. Cargolux flight 2613 arriving from Nairobi, Kenya, also destined to land on the runway the A380 just now landed on. We have a KLM A321neo coming this way. There you go. Headshot of the newest airplane type of KLM, the A321neo. In the meantime, let me zoom in on flight radar back to the inbound traffic. Hey, is it? It has stopped. The A321neo has stopped. Why have they done that? Lance has to go. Great show and take care, hosts, mods en mates. Tot de volgende keer. See you later, Lance. Take it easy, my friend. The A321neo to Person-Chester. Yeah. But I really don't know why it is standing there. Unless they might have an issue that they came aware of during the check, going through the checklist or something. Maybe that's why they took a breather, double check everything before continuing with the taxi towards the runway. Over there it's a 2-lane area, and if they need to go back they can still turn and not interfere with traffic too much. E2 Embraer 195 lining up to go to Gothenburg in a moment here. KLM flight 1233, the PH NXS. The airplane is a year old, doing a turn and burn. First flight of this airplane was in July 2023. Quiet as a mouse. So what is going on there with the A321neo? It does seem to be moving again. If I look at flight radar, its position now a bit closer to where it was before, so it seems to be on the move again. Happy to see that. Beautiful machine coming this way, A321neo. Which one is this? This is the Fax D, so it's the latest, if I recall correctly, or has the E already arrived? Damn, I want a party. Where's the E? Fucking hell. That's what I have to put up with. Lisa's his thinking. Mike Wild also back in the chat. Good to see you again. And Roy says the 22 tires of the A380 last approximately 180 landings. Wow, didn't know that. 180 landings. It's not that much, but then again, if you consider that equals 180 times 6 or so kilograms of rubber that they're losing over their lifespan. That's like, what, half a car in weight?
Yeah.
Hey, Jess says, I'm on KL 1285 to Aalborg. I hope we will use the Polderbout for takeoff. I will shine a light from seat 1A. Awesome.
1A or E?
No, A, Alpha.
No, that's business class.
Well, business class on an Embraer. That means you have a seat next to you that is staying vacant. Oh, and of course Cargolux coming in the background, arriving from Nairobi, Kenya, flight 2613, operated by Cargolux Italia, landing on runway 06 over there. Last glimpse of it. JD says that's 15 grams per tire and landing. Surely it isn't. If it is 6,000 grams of rubber being deposited on the tarmac during each landing divided by 20 tires, that equals bit more than 15 grams. Hans says no empty seats on Embraers, only on 737s and A321. So in that case, do you have extra legroom or something? Why otherwise would people want to opt for flying business on an Embraer? Made in Australia, dude, what up? Good to see ya. FJWH also back in the chat. He says, my best friend promoted captain on this Airbus, flew the AXD to Copenhagen as his final flight to become a captain. Nice. 270 grams, Jörg says. Damn these fractions. Have you been sipping on AMS vodka, Jörg? It's so apparent we can all see. As long as you use an AMS mug to drink the vodka out of, we condone it. Gerrit is back. He asks, how many queens did I miss? Welcome back, Gerrit. We've seen 2. I'm not sure if you saw both of them. The 2 KLM cargos are the ones that we saw take off. Hey, that's the A350 1000 in the background. It is taxiing, but it is it is going to the east, and the center runway is open, so it's going to take off from the center runway, unfortunately. Boo! While the heavy hitters are coming, another 737 just took to the sky in the background. Going to Athens, KLM, flight 1955. Delta is coming with 2 A330s. In the foreground on the left we have the Neo to Minneapolis, and on the right we have flight 237 to Tampa, and that is an A330-300. Over here we have a KLM going to Las Vegas, flight 635, and that is a 7879 Dreamliner. Extra legroom, but you could take economy comfort to achieve that, Hans says. Well, I'm pretty sure that Jess, who has been on flights in our streams before, is probably flying for work. I'm pretty sure that if that's the case, Mr. Bossman is paying. In that case, take first. Take that bottle, that non-complimentary bottle of champagne, put it on the company bill. It's to relieve the stress. If you have anxiety to fly, alcohol is your friend. I think. Based on the behavior of the budget airline passengers. This is KLM flight 635 to Las Vegas, 7879 Dreamliner. Paul says, Captain Amos Live, you made my Thursday, good effort. Cheers! I do the best I can. Nicholas says that according to EHAM CDM, Saudia 747 is coming to Polderbaan. Where is it going to fly to? If Saudia is going to fly to the west, then it is a candidate for the polderbaan. Absolutely. First of two Delta A330s. This is the Neo to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Flight 163. Nicholas says that Saudi is going to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. In that case, I'm really not sure if the information on CDM is correct. Obviously, I hope it is. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Yillard, also back in the chat. Yeah, 747 to Riyadh. Wolfgang, also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Two KLM 747s have taken off earlier in the stream, so definitely worth checking out if you missed it.
The A380 is parking. A380.
The A380 is parking? Okay, can we see?
Already parked?
Yeah, it has just now arrived at its parking. The walking bridges or the gateways have not yet attached. What's the proper term for that? Anyway, this is the A330-300 to Tampa, flight 237. Greetings to the ground crew, Wolfgang says.
What?
Greetings to the ground crew, Wolfgang says.
Greetings back.
Think my ground crew has become a little deaf from all the loud A330s. What? And then there's the heavies taking off in the distance. The ones getting away. KLM 777-300. Where's this one going to? Well, trying to scroll and follow the airplane at the same time, not a good idea. Fidel Castro also over there. Next up, 787-10 Dreamliner to Calgary. This is KLM flight 677. Spooling up, ready to go. PHBKM, 1 year old, first flight May 2023. Hey, Jess is coming this way with the AAL flight. Infinity says, thanks for the update. We'll be seeing Jess wave the light in the first row in a moment. Flying to Aalborg and coming to the polderbaan. And I think I see the airplane already. There it is. No, wait. Yeah, wait. Yeah, no, wait. I thought first, for a moment, I briefly thought it was. Oh, yeah, and there it is. The A350 1000 in the background. Stupid Cathay Pacific. Well, not stupid Cathay Pacific, but stupid ATC. Obviously, this airplane should have taken off from polderbaan or excrement baan, as it's called these days. Still a looker, even from a distance. KLM Cokehead, flight 1257, going to Rovaniemi, which is in Finland. After this, we are going to see Jess take off to Aalborg. The powdered nose, indeed. A little bit of nose candy here. And it's the BCE. Let's quickly turn back. If all is well, Jess will be shining the light from row 1, going to Aalborg aboard this KLM flight operated by German Airways. Flight 1285, 17-year-old airplane. First flight somewhere in 2008. Indeed, it should have been called the PHCOC. Indeed, let's look for a light. The airplane is pulling up. Here we go. Yeah, we can already see it. Jess, underway to Aalborg. Here you go. That was amazing to see. Quite clearly visible. Excellent. What a great show. Thanks for the heads up, Jess. The next airplane already taking off. It is a Britty hopper to Birmingham. Eastern Airways flying on behalf of KLM flight 1045, 16-year-old airplane. Another Embraer 190. No time to waste. Gotta move with haste. Now on paper, but we'll have to see what will happen in actuality. On paper, from 1 o'clock until 1:40, Polderbaan should once again become the only runway for outbound traffic. Whether or not that is going to happen remains to be seen. I'm hoping for a finale with a big flow of outbound traffic just exclusively to the Polderbaan. Let's see, the DJI mic receiver is indicating its battery is really low, so I'm going to carefully circumvent the laptop. Put it on. Now Lisa, if you could help remind me that at some point I also have to take it out again. Doesn't really matter because I think that the laptop should be able to stay on operating on its own battery for a couple of hours, so it's not something you need to do right away. But Jeff says great stream today as well as yesterday. Well, I didn't do a stream yesterday. Unfortunately, I had to work the day before yesterday too. I did do a stream on Monday. I think you might be referencing that, Jeff. Yeah, we had a lot of we did have some crosswindy conditions. It was nice to see. And also we were lucky with the airplanes that were coming in with the entire quad squad. Question now is, how much longer is the center runway going to be open for? We can already see airplanes traversing the runway directly and not going around them. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, center has closed already. Look on flight radar, see what is coming, see how they're taxiing to this runway. They're already traversing the center runway, so I think center is no longer in use for outbound traffic. That means our grand finale seems to have begun. From 1 until 1:40, it was expected that the runway we are standing next to is going to be the only runway for outbound traffic, and we still have heavies on the move. Yorkshire says 747 en route. That's the Saudia, of course, which now having to go to the east, if it's coming this way, is another indication that the center runway has closed in the meantime. Good news, good news. That's 3 747s outbound in one stream. Lisa is doing a kind of airplane dance, but I'm sure that if I'm asking her to do that before the camera, or or if I'm going to turn the camera even slightly in her direction, she's going to stop. Right. Visualization of the airplanes coming this way for departure with an Embraer 190 to Zurich. Just leaving the picture. Max 8 737 Iceland Air to Reykjavik. Now turning in. That's exactly what I meant, Jeff says. Totally, I'm not suffering relativistic time dilation due to being on annual leave this week. Not at all. I wasn't even implying that, Jeff, but we all know what you meant. Space and time is all relative, right? Howdy Ricardo. En Ricardo says, hey boy, ik ga weer de laatste keer in Naaldwijk werken, want wij gaan verhuizen naar de Lier. In other words, the last time working in Naaldwijk because they're going to move to the Lier. Well, I hope you will enjoy it then, Ricardo, and I hope you also like moving to the new location. All the best. Now, talking about names that we know from the past but that we haven't seen in a while, Grace Kelly also saying hi. A short hello from her lunch break. Good to see you again, Grace. Hope you've been well. Nice to see you again. In the meantime, here the Embraer 190 to Zurich is taking off. KLM flight 1921. Hope your lunch break will be long enough, Grace, that you can see Saudia 747 taking off from Polderbaan pretty soon. It is coming. Wolfgang asks, how long will you stay out today? Well, until the major traffic flow runs a little dry. Bezoek Bus was indicating that Polderbaan is going to stay as the only runway for outbound traffic from 1 until 1:40. So I think I'm going to write that one out. See what happens after that. Iceland Air flight 501 returning to Reykjavik, Iceland, Max 8 737. Love the sound the airplane makes. Don't like delivery that much. Very sterile, toothpastey. Yucko. Fine, but a bit busy, Grace says. Hope you're doing well. I am, absolutely. Thank you for asking. I often have a look and push the button, but no time for chat. Well, as long as you're still able to enjoy the streams. Of course, saying hi is always nice. If you're busy. What? Oh yeah, queen. Another queen. What? No, over here.
Ah, okay.
Sadia. Third queen coming this way. And more heavy hitters in the foreground. Make no mistake. We have a Dreamliner to Austin lined up. KLM flight 667. And more is coming. First up, KLM flight 667 to Austin, Texas, 787-10 Dreamliner. 5 years old, PHBKD, its registration, first flight November 2019. Meanwhile, Delta will be next. Iceland Air number 2 will be next after that. KLM Embraer will be next after that. And after that, Her Majesty the Queen, third queen of the show. Hey there, Donna, good to see you again. Perfect timing, just in time for the third queen of the show. The Saudi, the Jeddah. No, what was it? Was it Jeddah? It was Jeddah, wasn't it? No, Riyadh. It is the third 747 in today's show, taking off from Polderbaan. The other two were the PHCKA and CKC, if I recall correctly. That's right, 2 of 3 KLM 737s took off earlier. Delta Airlines Flight 91, now doing a turn and burn, going to Orlando, Florida. It's an A330 Neo, 3 years old, heading from the year 2021. Saudi Cargo did not have a bad case of diarrhea like the two, well, at least one of the two 747s from KLM did. Hassan asks if runway 36 center is closed, and I would be inclined to say yes, it is. We also have Ryanair taking Cheater's Lane. Nice headshot. Indeed, Wolfgang, a MAX indeed. Ryanair is a MAX 8 to Malaga. Right, what's the hold-up? I'm looking behind me. Doesn't look like a runway inspection is in progress. Well, we already saw one of these airplanes take off just now, so I'm not going to follow it. Iceland Air. I'm thinking the KLM Embraer will be next. After that, Ryanair will probably precede the 747. So once again, Saudi Cargo number 2 at the threshold. We also have Ryanair, a MAX 8 line cutter. Lights are still off. So I'm thinking this airplane is going to take off first. This airplane is going to take off second. And then we're going to see the departure of Saudi Cargo. Saudi Cargo to Riyadh is the third 747-400 today that we are seeing taking off from Polderbaan, the runway we are standing next to. This airplane, flight 934, has registration 9 Hotel Alpha Kilo Foxtrot. Lights have gone on. Saudi Cargo, 30 years old, first flight December 1994. That's way older than Ryanair is. This is Max 8737 to Malaga. 5 years old, first flight December 2019. It's going to skip ahead of the 747. Air Canada in the background on the far left. Delta a bit further closer by, also coming this way. Turn and burn. Yes, sir. Alrighty. Queen number 3, and if you've been liking the stream so far and you haven't already, consider leaving a like, because it really helps to promote this content to new people like yourselves who haven't come across the channel yet. This one is going to Riyadh, flight 934, 30 years old, first flight of this airplane December 1994. I think in December 1994 I just began middle school for a couple of months, first of 6 years. Graduated in year 2000. What were you guys doing in December 1994? Let's take a listen. She's pulling up. Showtime. Grace Kelly has to go. Enjoy the day. Thanks for dropping by, Grace. Hope to see you again in the next one. Clemencia was working in the Albert Heijn supermarket back in '94. Donna says, I was working in engineering and dreaming of flying around the world. Grace was in vacation in Tunisia in December '94. Awesome, awesome, awesome. In the meantime, Her Majesty number 3 off to Saudi Arabia. Harjeet says, in '94 I was a mischief 8-year-old kid. Vinay says, I was born in 1994. And Paul had just graduated from university in '94. Daniel says, I was just 3 years old in '94. Awesome to see people of so many different ages come together here in the stream. You're welcome, Grace. Thanks for dropping by. And nice of you to say hi. Yolanda was changing diapers in '94. And Crystal was working her first job as a librarian in '94. Piero was minus 9 years old. Amazing. Now, for those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're standing here at Polderbaan, runway 36 left, which has once again become the only runway for outbound traffic. All outbound flights on flight radar that you see going this way. And what is this? It is a UFO. I'm not sure what it is. It looks foreign. I don't like the look of it. I think it is intimidating. Delta Airlines Flight 75 to Atlanta, Georgia, now spooling up A330-300, 17 years old, first flight August 2007. and you're missing it if you're watching the stream and aren't standing here in real life, but that rumble of that A330 just now passing by really is something you can feel in your belly. It's an actual visceral feeling, the rumbling of the airplane. Probably also rumbling in your ears. What?
Am I hungry or is it an A330?
Yeah, indeed. Am I hungry or is it an A330 that passed by? Wolfgang says AMS Live means AMS equals almost sunny. Harjeet says the sun must be a scam. Let's see, we have an A Dreamliner and then an A330 going to Toronto and Vancouver respectively. What else is coming? So 2 narrow bodies, 2 Canada bound airplanes. This is an American airplane, probably going to Canada. Another E2 Embraer. First up, this British German Airways Embraer 190 flying on behalf of KLM, flight 1831 to Stuttgart. K2 casually passing by in the foreground. This Embraer 190 is hailing from the year 2009, making it 16 years old. Stacy has to go. Good night, boy. Bedtime for me, she says. Thanks for the stream today. See you on the next one. Thank you for joining, Stacy. You have a good one. Sleep tight and hope to see you again. Hopefully tomorrow then. Which I hope will be when my next stream will be. Don't know the weather yet, but I thought they said that we were going to have a couple of dry days with even a bit of sunshine. So, what? Fingers crossed. In the meantime, another Britty Hopper just now passed by, and next we are going to see 2 wide bodies back to back flying to Canada. The former Air Canada flight 809, that's a 7878 Dreamliner to Vancouver, to Toronto, and the other one is KLM, an A330-200 going to Vancouver. Paul also says, have a nice day, Captain AMS Live, you legend. Thank you so much for joining, mate. You have a good one too. Oh man, I think I'm going to need my nasal spray. Feel good otherwise, but do feel like I might have caught a little bit of a cold infection. Rick Meester also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Mr. Master back in the house.
I bow to you, master.
Whoa, there you go.
Master?
Have the Queen bowing for you. Wow.
Wow.
What? Air Canada flight 809 spooling up, going to Toronto, 10 years old, first flight October 2014, bank robber, returning to Canada with their money. C. Dot says, in 1994 I was a cell. Paul says, have vitamin C tablet in a glass of water. That's a good suggestion, mate. Or maybe have some citrus fruits. Maybe make a tequila sunrise with some freshly squeezed orange juice.
You're healthy.
I'm full of good ideas. I should work in healthcare.
What an idea. Give people good advice, such as this.
Michael says you need to get some Sudafed. It'll help your nasal cold, whatever you have. Sudafed, isn't that, doesn't that contain that precursor for methamphetamine? Ephedrine. Sudafed has ephedrine. That's a prohibited substance here in the Netherlands. This is KLM flight 681 to Vancouver, Canada. A330-200. It's the FWOF PH-AOF, 18 years old, first flight November 2006. Are those de-icing fluid remnants? If it isn't, then this airplane also had a bad case of diarrhea. What? Heavy hitters, heavy hitters, heavy hitters. In the background, Delta. Over here, another A330. If we haven't gone deaf yet, we soon are going to. First up, it is American. Going to Philadelphia. Let's see, this is a 7878 Dreamliner. November 878 Bravo Golf. 4 years old, first flight December 2020. David, indeed, it must be de-icing fluid, but today, I don't know where it flew to or from earlier, but over here, definitely no de-icing happening today. Temperatures well above zero. So, has to be from somewhere else, not from Schiphol. I think we're even picking up the sound of GE90s starting somewhere on the main platform area. This is a KLM E2 Embraer 195 destined to go to Bucharest. 3 years old, first flight November 2021. Hannah says here you also have to show your ID sometimes at the pharmacy. Over here, not necessarily. We can even get repeat recipes and have them delivered into a, what's it called? Basically a sort of vending machine. If you have to pay for it, you can first pay. And if it is medicine that you can get without needing to pay, you can just... You get an email with a 6-figure code. You need to type it in, and then the computer will get you your medicine.
You get some candy from the vending machine.
Candy from the like candy from the vending machine, indeed. It's KLM flight 1375 to Bucharest. Holding short for some reason. I'm looking behind me. Is there a runway inspection or anything going on behind me? That doesn't seem to be the case. Lights are going on. Wheel sounds are beginning. The engines are spooling up. It's going to move. Watch, watch, watch. It's going to move. So too is Harry the Heron over there in the foreground. Dirty Harry. Bom dia, Luciano. Good to see you again. And welcome to all the others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. We are standing here at Poldermaan, which is now the only runway in use for arrival for departures. Not today the arrivals, but just the departures. We have KLM flight 765 to Aruba, Oranjestad lined up, spooling up. It's going to get loud. This is the Faka. What up, Faka? It's the Faka. And again, a very visceral rumbling that you feel in your belly. Donna has to go. Thanks for joining and dropping by, Donna, and enjoy the rest of your day. We are going to stick around for a bit longer, see what will happen. As long as all outbound traffic will be going to Poldermaan, all the heavies that are destined to fly to the east are also going to take off from over here. One of those airplanes, probably Cargo. Get the fuck out of here in Depot. Almost forgot I have that sound effect as well. Hey, this is looking more like the thumbnail, doesn't it? It is airplane inception. Two consecutive Embraer 190s after one another. The front one going to Hamburg, the latter one will be going to Bremen. They're all going to precede the Cargo, which will be flying to Doha. Lined up is another Embraer 190, so 3 consecutive Embraer 190s taking off, I'm expecting. I think they're all going to go ahead in front of the Cargo A330. Cargo A330 is not the only heavy in the vicinity over here, there's more coming. Over there, another Delta. As if we haven't heard and seen enough. The answer is never enough. Never have we seen enough and heard enough. Jamais. Now the Cargo is lining up. I'm wondering. Yeah. KLM flight 1755 to Hamburg. Over there. Yes, I'm seeing you, Captain. Will we make eye contact and will we get a wave? Nope. First officer is the pilot flying, otherwise the captain would not have his hand. His left hand so high up. So it's the first officer that is the pilot flying and the captain is only having his right hand on the throttle. It's the herpa derpa derpa. Hey, 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 hey. Herpa derpa derpa going to Bremen. Awesome. The captain made eye contact, I initiated a wave, he reciprocated and the first officer did too. Wunderbar. Vielen Dank, meine Herren. Beautiful. The Herpa Derpa Derpa. Next after this airplane, the A330-200 mass cargo to Doha. Alrighty, Rodog says, just got confirmation my customized ground crew cap will arrive on Monday. Yay! May, that is great news. I hope you will enjoy it. Ground crew merch now available in the store if you haven't had a look yet. Mass cargo going to Doha, flight 6125, A330-200, the 9M, muahahaha. 13-year-old airplane, first flight August 2011. Nice double chin. Beautiful. Now, check it out. In the direction of the wind, in the background, blue bits of sky. What? In the meantime, we have a queue over here. The line now consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 airplanes. Yet another Delta A330 is lining up as we speak. Another turn and burn. Delta Airlines flight 135 going to Detroit, Michigan. 17 years old. First flight August 2007. Hey there, Lionel, good to see you again. Was another airplane coming this way, and that is Vueling by the looks of it. The Emirates A380 in the background being resupplied with food by the looks of it. What's that? Is that Ita? Born in 2021 or something? Not exactly sure what that was. Here we have a 767-300 United Airlines flight 947 to Washington. 31 years old this airplane. First flight May 1993. Looking at the Wolkenstraat, the Cloud Street, it is also turning a little bit. They were aligned like so earlier. So the wind is changing, becoming a little bit more northwesterly, and in the background you can see bits of blue. It was said that later in the day more sun was expected. Looks like it might actually come true. There's another 737 coming. This one I think we already saw just now, and this is... Oh wait, no, they're waiting. Huh? Let's see. Why are they stopped there? No, Vueling isn't moving. We have helicopter Kestrel in the foreground. No, wait, it is moving. The Kestrel is perfectly still. Yeah, they're taking their time. They're taking their time. Ah, Corendon, thanks Peter. Didn't recognize it from the angle I was filming it from. At least not right away. EasyJet lined up, ready to go to London Luton. So look away if you are Luton intolerant, because this one is going to give you the cramps. Celiac City, its destination. A319. 17 years old, first flight June 2007. Old school whistle. When those airplanes pass you by. Next up will be a KLM flight operated by German Airways, flying to the hometown of Jörg, aka JD, Düsseldorf. This is KLM flight 1801, and it's being flown by the airplane that we used to know as Chucky, the DAPRI. 17 years old by now, because this airplane started its career as a professional airplane in January 2008. So it's turned 17 this month. Ooh, and that was a little flock of birds. The birds were flying in the foreground next to the runway. Another airplane coming this way in the background. That is a KLM Embraer 175. And what is... Oh, that's Lufty. That's the tail of Lufthansa. Again, we have an unidentified flying object over there in the sky. Peter asks if we've seen Jesus recently. I don't recall having seen Jesus in a while. Then again, I am known to be a sinner. So I'm not sure how close by Jesus dares to venture next to me, close to me, near me. My English is failing. We could have a look and see where Jesus is flying, while Corendon is lining up. Let's see, is it visible? Is it airborne, or is it somewhere? Let me have a quick look on flight radar. Jesus is flying over France. It's going from Alicante to Liverpool, expected to land at 1:34 local time in Liverpool. So Jesus has not visited the Netherlands in a while. Rightly so, it's a godforsaken place. Antalya Spoor, isn't that a soccer club? It sounds like it. with a scorpion or something on the tail. Definitely an airplane livery that you don't see every day. Lovely to see. Next up, Vueling. Vueling going to Barcelona.
Another yellow dot.
Another yellow dot. Flight 8303, an A320, 11 years old. First flight March 2013. Aggressive plane, Harjeet says. It does look a little bit aggressive, doesn't it? Meaning the previous airplane. Again, a nice whistle. Refueling. I like that one, Storm Eagle. Refueling, Vueling, refueling. Righty, this is KLM flight 1705 to Brussels. It's an Embraer 175. Righty. So this is KLM flight 1705 going to Brussels. Lufty flight 2305 is following behind it. It's going to go to Munich. That's an A320. Now, what else is coming? It seems that traffic is drying up a little bit. Oh no, wait, there is a 777-200 to New York JFK coming this way. There's definitely some more airplanes coming. That's the 777-200 in the background. Lufty to Munich. In the meantime, spinning up here. Almost sounds like they're welding or something. Sound emanating from over there. I'm not exactly sure. Cannot see anybody doing any work right now, but oh, and there's the shower again. So the shower is still continuing.
Clean, clean, clean.
Clean, clean, clean.
Maybe.
Indeed. Hey there, Graham. Good to see you again. Welcome all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy and we are standing along the Polderbaan. Or maybe we should rename it Excrement Baan or something like that. A lot of shit going on here in the vicinity of the runway. We are once again seeing airplanes coming this way. We have an EasyJet Neorio. We have a KLM Embraer. 777 to New York. E2 Embraer 195 preceding it. JetBlue is also coming this way, going to New York. That is the normal livery. Right, it is now 1:45, and according to Bezoekbus, right about now, Center Runway should also be once again open for departures. Don't see any traffic going to Center just yet. Maybe they are using the normal time slots of 1 to 2 o'clock. EasyJet A320 Neorio on their way. Rodok says my quote-unquote pipe also leaks sometimes. I think that's something that comes with progressing age, doesn't it?
Yeah, I also have a leaking pipe.
I also have a leaking pipe.
No.
Oh, over here, yeah. Yeah, over here we also have another leaking pipe.
And the windsock that is only half erect. Man problems.
Yeah, man problems all over the place.
Yeah.
Windsock has difficulty to get hard. We do have a 777 that is going to be loud, probably. Yes, with age comes leaky pipes, Paul says. There you go. But with age also comes life experience, right? That's the silver lining.
Silver lining in your hair.
Silver lining in your hair as well. Ooh, somebody is sharp. Was it just vodka or that you've been drinking? Right, Gerrit is going to have his boerenkool, or kale as it's called in English. Enjoy, Gerrit. Nice wintry dish for the time of year. Meanwhile, still all outbound traffic seems to be coming to the Polderbaan. Whale sounds emanating from the E2 Embraer's engines spooling up. This is KLM flight 1009 going to London Heathrow. The plane is a year old, hailing from the year 2024, month not specified on flight radar. Quiet as a mouse. Some have referred to the E2 Embraer as the miniature 777 because of its relatively big engines, and I can see why people would use that nickname. If this is the baby 777, then the next airplane is the genuine 777. Going to New York, JFK. Now, looking on flight radar, what else is coming? I don't see any heavy hitters coming this way just yet. So I'm thinking about maybe wrapping up after this airplane has taken off. KLM flight 641 to New York, JFK, 777-200 the PHBQP, 17 years old, first flight April 2007. Graham says JetBlue, perhaps a closeout shot. I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine.
What do you look of the life?
Huh?
What do you look of the life?
These guys also want to be on the live. Awesome. Here you go. The lads are having fun, you can see that. Awesome. I'm always hesitant to film people because not everybody wants to be in the live, but there you go. They're worth it. They wanted, they were screaming they wanted to be in the live, so that's the people who work on the pipes here from BAM. Well-known construction company here in the Netherlands. Right, BAM jongen, indeed Xbox drummer. Right, 2 more airplanes and then it doesn't look like anything is in the vicinity yet, so JetBlue will be the last airplane of the day. This is the penultimate airplane, 737 KLM. It doesn't show on flight radar, on my flight radar at least, so I don't know where it's going to go to. The JetBlue will be going to Boston, to New York JFK. KLM mystery tour. Indeed, Paul. At least on my flight radar it doesn't show. So I don't know where it is going to. Not sure if you guys are seeing it. Ah, Madrid. 737 to Madrid. So that was the penultimate airplane. Last airplane of the show over here. Lined up, ready to go to New York JFK. It is JetBlue flight 2289. A321neo, the airplane is 3 years old. First flight August 2021. Hank already says bye and thanks to everybody, to me, to Lisa, to the moderators. I'm also saying thank you to you for joining, Hank, but also to everybody else. This is going to be the last airplane for today. I hope to be back tomorrow and the rest of the weekend because weather is improving. At least that's what the weather reports are forecasting. Seeing is believing, but if all is going to come true, should see you again tomorrow around the same time as today. I had a wonderful time here today and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have. If you did and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to promote this channel and content to people who haven't come across the channel yet, but who might also be interested in streams such as these. A big thank you to everybody who liked the chat, liked the stream, who became a member or got gifted a membership. Thanks to the gifters of memberships. Thank you for all the other forms of support. Thank you, Lisa, for joining me here as ground crew again.
You're welcome.
And also a big thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible. Hope to see you all in the next one. I'm going to say stay safe, enjoy the rest of your day, and see you all soon. Bye for now.